Hey everyone, welcome. Today we are going to talk about housing design, styles, architecture. It's something that comes up all the time when we are working with clients in some of the higher end, more luxury neighborhoods. And we kind of just throw out terms like, mid-century modern and prairie and all these different phrases, contemporary, craftsman, stuff like that. Sometimes we get some blank looks back. Not only that, but we've had comments from viewers who have actually requested this topic. So today we are going to demystify some of the housing styles and architectural design. And who knows, maybe someone out there will learn a little something new and maybe even be inspired. Now, I will say some of the things I want to say might kind of sound like gibberish or might not make a whole lot of sense. So we're going to go ahead and do our best to try to pair that with some really great examples of housing styles so you can kind of tie it all together. This is going to be fun. Let's get going. So let's get things kicked off with Craftsman. Tried and true. In fact, Craftsman might as well be Ben's original and most popular housing design. So did you know that Bend is over 100 years old? And back in the days of its founding, it was actually a mill town where they chopped down trees and milled them into lumber. Therefore, it shouldn't be a surprise to understand or to know that a lot of Bend's original homes were built in sort of that Craftsman style with locally sourced lumber. Even back then, we were a green community. Craftsman style architecture, popular in the early 20th century, emphasizes simplicity, handcrafted details, and natural materials like wood and stone. It emerged as a response to the ornate Victorian style, featuring roofs with wide eaves, exposed rafters, and large welcoming porches supported by sturdy columns. Interiors of Craftsman homes include open layouts, built-in furnishings, and extensive woodwork, highlighting quality and functionality. With large fireplaces and natural light, these homes offer cozy living spaces that blend seamlessly with their surroundings, valuing both practicality and aesthetic harmony. And so today, that Craftsman tradition continues, and homes in this kind of architectural design can be found all over Bend. For me, the dead giveaway is that big front porch with kind of the pillars, usually 6x6 or 8x8 post, and then of course all of the post work around the eaves and the rafters. Dead giveaway, it's a Craftsman house. Next up, let's talk about Prairie Style. Prairie Style architecture emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries in the Midwest and was pioneered by Frank Lloyd Wright. How about that? It emphasizes harmony with the landscape. Characterized by low-pitched roofs, horizontal lines, and overhanging eaves, it aims to integrate buildings in their surroundings. That's kind of key. We'll get back to that. Interior focus on open spaces, natural light, central fireplaces, and extensive use of vertical windows, incorporating handcrafted elements and materials like wood and stone. This style strives for functionality and beauty. The distinct flat design that blended in with, say, the Midwest where it originated actually contrasts a lot with the terrain that we have here locally, making these homes really stand out with their elegance. I really love the Prairie design. It's so unique, yet it's also very clearly defined in what it actually is. Frank Lloyd Wright had it going on. Mid-century modern. Mid-century modern architecture, popular in the mid-20th century, is known for its clean lines, functionality, and indoor-outdoor connection. Characterized by flat panes, large windows, and open layouts, it favors minimalist aesthetic over ornate designs. The style uses materials like steel, glass, and wood to showcase their natural appeal, often incorporating geometric shapes and varied elevations for a modern look. It emphasizes simplicity and the integration of living spaces with the surrounding environment. For me, that singular angled roof line, or even multiple angled roof lines, we're gonna show that again, right? Ah yes, those are the dead giveaway and the easiest identifier so that you can know that it's a mid-century modern home. That and the really large windows that are generally up above kind of the line of sight in the house. It really brings in great light to the area, and it also doesn't let anyone else know out there on the sidewalk that you're in your pajamas, you know what I mean? Not that I'm in my pajamas right now. Again, this is a super fun design, and homes that were actually built back in the 50s in this style are, even to this day, very, very, very cool homes. I mean, they're great. If you can flip one of those, they're just so much fun They're so great to work with. And there's actually quite a few mid-century modern homes that were built back in the mid-century here in Bend in some of the older areas of town. It's pretty cool, very unique. If you're finding this interesting, it's probably because you have a great interest in homes of this quality. And if that's the case, and if you are thinking of making the move or even a sell, here in Central Oregon, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. We have the expertise and the experience to help you along your journey. Feel free to reach out to us at krommrealestate.com, or if you want to go down to the description of this video, you can probably find our direct contact information there as well. We do want to hear from you. All right, here we go. Back to the good stuff. Modern farmhouse. Modern farmhouse architecture merges, well, classic farmhouse charm with a more modern twist. Known for its clean, often white exteriors, gabled roofs, and spacious porches, it balances rustic elements like wood with industrial touches such as metal fixtures, maintaining an open interior layout with large windows for ample light and outdoor connectivity. The decor blends vintage with contemporary, focusing on comfort and a relaxed lifestyle. This style embodies a cozy yet fresh ambiance, providing a modern yet timeless living space. Yeah, these are pretty easy to identify. They're farmhouses, but new and modern, full of black fixtures on white walls. The next two are very similar in my opinion. High Plains Territorial and Woodland design homes both share a deep appreciation for nature and the great outdoors, which strongly influences their architectural style. Both designs seamlessly blend indoor and outdoor living spaces, often featuring large windows and open layouts to invite natural light and scenic views inside. The use of natural materials like wood and stone is a common thread, highlighting an earthy palette that complements their respective landscapes. Remember landscapes. These homes are designed to not only provide shelter, but also celebrate and harmonize with their natural surroundings, making them ideal for nature lovers and those seeking a peaceful retreat. However, despite these similarities, High Plains Territorial and Woodland homes exhibit distinct characteristics that reflect their unique origins and environments. High Plains Territorial homes, often found in the wide open spaces of the American Southwest, draw inspiration from historical frontier architecture, featuring flat roofs, large overhangs, and adobe or stucco exteriors to cope with the arid climate. On the other hand, woodland homes, nestled in the forested or mountainous regions, lean towards a more rustic aesthetic, with steep pitched roofs to shed snow and rain, and a heavier use of wood and stone to blend into the wooded landscape. Both styles aim to bring the beauty of the outdoors inside. Their design principles and materials are tailored to their specific regional climates and terrains. But what's really great is that here in Central Oregon, we actually have both of those terrains here in one area. Think about it. We've got the east, which is literally high plains desert, really. And then of course we have the west, which is heavily forested and has the mountains. So having both styles here in Central Oregon really works. If you've been out to Brasada, it's an excellent example of how both of these home styles can be right next to each other. They blend in, they fit in, and they look great. But also, there's quite a few of these different kinds of homes that are sprinkled throughout neighborhoods here in Bend as well. Okay, so for the most part, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave those 6-ish architectural styles. I'm just gonna leave them right there as a bit of a foundation for what we're gonna continue to talk about next. If you know those 6 styles and you can identify them just based on this video alone, you are already light years ahead of most people in their understanding. No, not kidding, you are. You probably know more than 99.9, let's see, that would be 1,000, 9, that'd be like 10,000. You probably know more than 99.99% of people out there as far as housing styles and architectural design go. But I also want to tell you a secret, because most of the time, other agents just kind of make up terms for home design. Now, there are a few agents out there who really know their stuff, but most of them don't. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, architectural design is nowhere to be found on the real estate exam. Nowhere to be found. And in over a decade of selling real estate, I have not once seen any sort of extra education or classes on how to identify architecture in homes. It's just not a thing. So, there are plenty of examples in, say, like Discovery West or Northwest Crossing that are textbook examples of these architectural styles. There are architectural firms out there that literally try to make a very literal example of a, granted it's a 2024 version design, but of a classic Prairie Style house or a classic Mid-Century Modern house, whatever it is. Their goal is to make something that lines right up with the ideals of what that architectural style is supposed to be. So now you know what to look for. But on the other hand, there are other homes that look incredible, but not like any one specific style. They're just a mix and match of some really incredible designs. Now, of course, if I actually showed a house that looked like that, something like I'm talking about, somebody out there watching would inevitably be Frank Lloyd Wright's great-great-great-grandson or whatever and say, no, that's not a style. That's really an example of blah, 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 blah design. Everyone knows that. I'm sorry, I don't. My point here is that it's not so much science as art. And art is open to interpretation. Builders who like to mix and match might take a little bit of this design and blend it with a little bit of that design. And I'll be honest, some of the most amazing, incredible luxury palaces, mansions, just incredible homes that I've ever seen, I wouldn't know what to call it. Then I'll ask the builder, and they don't know either. They just make up a phrase.
It's Mountain Prairie Contemporary Farmhouse.
And I'd be like, well, what's that? The builder's like,
it's that.
Oh, I like it. If you want an eye full of more beautiful homes, I encourage you to check out this playlist right up here. It's got all kinds of great homes. It's a property tour playlist. Check it out. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? It's really easy to do. Just be sure you click the little bell notification so that you can stay up to date on when we release new videos. We would sure appreciate it. Hey, thanks guys so much for watching. We hope you got some really great information out of this video, and we look forward to seeing you over on the next video. Cheers. So today, that Craftsman style continues throughout Bend, and you can find examples of Craftsman everywhere in Bend. Modern farmhouse. These words. These homes are designed these homes are designed.